Dan Coons wake you up in the morning. Dan Coons wondering why you're snoring. Dan Coons show's fun, not boring. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
Have a good Wednesday, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. It is the 29th day of June, according to my calendar, 2022. I am Dan Kuntz, and it's Wednesday. Let's get busy. We've been doing Winnie Wednesday for about a year now. And this is by far our most popular prizes. We give it away all kinds of different prizes from all kinds of cool folks, businesses, and individuals, and we appreciate it. But the one prize that everybody really seems to like is this, the VIP tickets. The VIP spot, of course, at the Gateway Cinema is the only way to watch a movie. And once again, up for grabs today, 2 people are going to go to the movies on us at the VIP spot. All the big 3 movies that everybody's talking about are playing right now at the VIP spot. Elvis, Jurassic World Dominion, and the new Top Gun Maverick movie starring Tom somebody or other, I forget his name. They're all playing at the VIP spot. But the nice thing about these tickets, and there are 2 of them, even though it's just 1 card, is that you can go to any movie at the VIP spot between now and the end of the year. It doesn't expire until December. Cool. So you can hang on to it. So if there's a really cool movie you want to see and you want to do it the right way, the VIP spot, you can sit on this for a while. Email me. That's how you do it. Email me, winner@ncwlife.com, winner@ncwlife.com. And you know the rules by now. Because it is the VIP spot, you have to be at least 21 because adult beverages are served in the VIP spot. Number 2, you must be a very important person. And of course, we can't forget about this. Employees of Solion Broadcasting and Local Telecommunications are not eligible, plus their immediate families. Sorry, Alicia. Get your emails in. You can enter more than once if you have more than 1 email address. I think you probably know that by now. Most people do, as a matter of fact. So if you have more than 1 email address, you can enter more than once, but you can't enter over and 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 over again on the same email address. We keep track of these things. We will do the drawing a little bit later on. Again, 2 tickets to the VIP spot. Thank you, Sun Basin Theaters and the Gateway. It is 58 degrees here in the big city. A little bit cooler today than we had yesterday. It was blustery yesterday. They had some wildfires out in Grant County. Everything's under control there, by the way. We'll have that when we get to news. Pretty quiet and benign weather, really, with a gradual warm-up until we get to Saturday night, and then things are going to change, and the weather's going to go this way for the holiday weekend. Details are coming up. We had a great time at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium last night, and the good news is the Apple Sox won. We got highlights. They knocked off the Falcons. And the Mariners won. They beat Baltimore. We'll have highlights of both of those baseball contests as well. And as we're getting closer and closer to the Let's Have a Blast celebration, 2-day party at Walla Walla Plain Park, Sunday the 3rd, and the big day, Monday, Independence Day. The main sponsor, the title sponsor, Malachi Salcido. We're going to play the interview I did with Malachi at Walla Walla Plain Park from the Salcido Connection and Salcido Enterprises. His companies are sponsoring, or wrote a big fat check, is what they did. And we appreciate that. We'll talk to Malachi in the back half of the program. Let's get busy. Let's see what we have here with our cameras around the valley. Obviously, that camera is zoomed out. PTZ, pan tilt zoom, so we got it zoomed out quite a bit. The Columbia is very, very high. And this time of the year, it is simply not supposed to be this high. We're going to show you a photo of the riverfront dock right by Pybus Public Market to show you exactly how high the river is. But it is up there, and of course it is cold, but a beautiful view from the tip of Wenatchee Heights. Most of East Wenatchee is still in the shadow. Sun, by the way, the days are getting a little bit shorter. Sunrise this morning, 5:07. Sunset tonight, 9:01. And with today's high considerably cooler than we've seen the last couple of days, a friendly reminder that last year on this date, the high was 114 degrees. Whew. Camera number 2. Back up to Waterville we go. A very popular camera. Good morning to the Columbia River from a slightly different view. Way down there in the upper left-hand corner of your screen is the Wenatchee Valley, and the mighty Columbia rolls right along. Good morning to our friends in the Orondo area. That's the Waterville camera. That's about 4,500 feet above sea level. Just a stunning view there. Camera number 3. Lake Chelan chimes in from the Lower Butte camera. Yesterday at this time, it was pretty cloudy up there. Now, not so bad. Looks like the bathtub's pretty full. Lake Chelan's cold, too, for that matter. Good morning to the lake. Always good to see you. I'll be paying you a visit here in a couple of days. Going to pop up to the lake and hang around because I like it. Camper number 4. We wrap up our tour with Stein Hill, looking towards Peshastin and Dryden. Hey, that reminds me, don't forget they're still doing that rock slope stabilization project between Leavenworth and Peshastin at milepost 102, and that's slowing traffic down. I haven't mentioned that. They've been doing this project for a couple of weeks. They're doing it today and again tomorrow. They don't do it on Fridays because of the heavier traffic, and it looks like it's a little windy at the summit of Stein Hill. Good morning to Dryden. You can even see downtown Dryden, where the temperature is 60 degrees as we speak. Your holiday weekend weather. Yeah, I hate to be the harbinger of bad news, but by golly, things are going to change. It's going to be very nice today. We'll be just about 80, maybe a little cooler. A little windy at times today, but not too bad. We get a little bit warmer on Thursday, warmer still Friday. The high-pressure ridge will be at its apex on Saturday, and then it's just not going to be strong enough to prevent cooler and wetter weather. A distinct possibility. It begins on Sunday. We're going to cool down. We'll see more clouds. For Independence Day proper, quite cool for this time of the year. We've had Independence Days where we were well into the 100-degree mark. We'll only be in the mid-70s maybe on Monday, July 4th, and that pattern will continue on Tuesday. So unfortunately, the weather will take a downhill turn just in time for the weekend. And this is the photo I was talking about earlier. I took this, I didn't take the photo. I grabbed this from the PUD's website about an hour and a half ago. That's the dock at Riverfront Park. So if you want to launch a boat there, good luck. That's how high the water is there. Yesterday afternoon, I took a look at that camera, and there was people out there actually trying to launch a boat, and they gave up. I mean, it's kind of hard to launch a boat when you can't physically get to the dock. Anyway, that's a good idea of how high the water is in the Columbia. This is the kind of thing that happens in April into May, not June into July. This is definitely an anomaly. From the National Weather Service, here we go. Sunshine today, still a little breezy, but not as windy as it was yesterday. We'll top off at 78. Yesterday's high was 86, and our normal high is 82. So cooler than normal and cooler than yesterday. 56 for the overnight low. Winds die down tonight. Then we start up the warming trend to 83 on Thursday with bountiful sunshine. Sounds about perfect to me. Warmer still on Friday with a high of 87. We peak at 91 on Saturday, but starting Saturday afternoon is when this big trough of low pressure is simply not going to be able to be held off by the high pressure ridge. It's going to break down, and here comes the inclement weather. We cool down with a good chance of rain on Sunday and a high of only 83 for Independence Day proper. Mid-70s, partly cloudy, maybe a raindrop or two. The nice thing is there's no wind, and when you combine wind with fireworks, that's usually a bad mix, and then a little bit warmer on Tuesday. But again, things are going to start turning a little southward weather-wise on Saturday afternoon into Saturday night, and then we have a whole different kind of active weather expected Sunday and the holiday on Monday. That's your forecast, 8 minutes after the hour. Grab your Danish and come right on back and join me. We'll have your headlines in 1 minute. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
You are driven to succeed. This drive is part of who you are, part of your cultura, your valores. With achievement comes a sense of orgullo. It builds your community. You stand on the shoulders of those who have walked before you, the ones who pushed you to succeed. You have the choice to overcome the challenges that arise in your life. You decide your future. Sí se puede.
Join NCW Live for live coverage of Wenatchee Valley 4th, Monday, Independence Day. Presented by Bob's Apple Barrel Bark, Coldwell Banker Cascade, AmeriCorps Chelan Douglas Community Action Council, Apple Valley Honda, Bob's Burgers and Brew, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, JDSA Law, Mini Blinds and more. That Pizza Place in Cashmere, together for you. Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center and Walkabout Grill. It's a Wenatchee Valley 4th, live on the NCW Life channel.
Quite a bit of sunshine, 62 degrees, right around 80 today. A little breezy at times. We warm up even more on Thursday. We'll warm on Friday into the lower 90s on Saturday. And then things, they get unsettled. They cool down. Maybe a little rain Saturday night spilling into Sunday. And unfortunately, spilling into Independence Day. 10 minutes after the hour, four separate wildfires broke out yesterday afternoon in Grant County. But the good news is those fires are either in mop-up stage or have been contained. All the evacuation levels and notices have been lifted. The largest of the fires burned on both sides of Highway 28 east of Soap Lake. That prompted Level 3 evacuations yesterday afternoon. Those notices were canceled at about 10 last night. Over 300 acres of sage and grass burning there in heavy winds, but there are no reports of injuries or structures lost. Another 300 acres burned in the area of Road 14 Northwest. That's near Quincy. That prompted a small amount of homes to be evacuated. That fire is in mop-up. Also in mop-up is a fire west of Moses Lake off of North Frontage Road, and a wildfire near the intersection of Highway 28 and Neva Lake Road. That's south of Ephrata. No word this morning on the size of those two fires. While its owner was inside shopping, a car, apparently with a mind of its own, decided to, leave its parking space and go elsewhere. This all happened outside the Plaza Superjet here in Wenatchee. The car crashed into a building, then it took off, rolled across Orondo Avenue, and it was finally stopped by a railing outside the Chelan County Courthouse. Wenatchee Police Captain Edgar Reinfeld said the 2003 Chrysler PT Cruiser was parked in the space in the right front of the store on Tuesday afternoon when it began rolling backwards. It arced around a retaining wall in front of Real Options Pregnancy Clinic, hit that building, didn't break any glass, but it did knock a wall down in pretty good. It went downhill and went across Orondo Avenue, struck the rail at the base of the Orondo stairs to the courthouse, where it finally came to an arrest. The unoccupied vehicle didn't hit anybody. That's good news. Or vehicles during its impromptu journey yesterday afternoon. The search for a missing kayaker in the Little Wenatchee continues today. Sergeant Jason Reinfeld of Chelan County Emergency Management said the 40-year-old man from Des Moines and a friend put their kayaks into the river about 8:30 Saturday morning. This was about 5 miles from Lake Wenatchee. They quickly encountered some heavy rapids. The friend was able to get out of the water, but the missing man was last seen going over a waterfall. Reinfeld said there are heavy rapids beneath the waterfall that go on for a good distance. Swift Water Rescue, Chelan County Volunteers Search and Rescue, Lake Wenatchee Fire Rescue personnel all responded. None of them were able to locate the man on Saturday. His kayak was found downstream. On Sunday, searchers found his life jacket and his shirt. Reinfeld said drones and helicopters have been used in the search. Fire District and Sheriff's Office personnel were out again yesterday flying drones in the area, but the water is simply too swift to get personnel into the water itself. A Soap Lake man who allegedly made death threats against another man on Monday was arrested after a SWAT team stormed his home. This followed a rather lengthy standoff. The Soap Lake Police Department said 67-year-old Joseph Lone was arrested on multiple counts of harassment and threats to kill. Police Chief Ryan Cox responded just after 5 o'clock, again this was Monday, to a report of a man walking in the middle of Division Street who had reportedly threatened another man. Cox said he recognized Lone from a previous encounter and tried to talk with him in the front yard of Lone's home on 5th Avenue Southeast, but he said the suspect began shouting obscenities and retreated into the trailer. The police department said because of Lone's history of violence and mental health issues, multiple agencies were called in, including Grant County Mental Health from the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Eventually, negotiators, after several hours of unsuccessful negotiations, the tactical team made the entry into the home, and he was taken into custody. Police say Lone was cleared at the hospital, then he was booked into the Grant County Jail. Take a look at this footage. Zita Bernath sent us this. She says she's seen as many as 4 cougars who'd like to visit her property off Lake Chelan South Lakeshore Drive, and she'd like to see them relocated. The state says that isn't going to happen, probably. Bernath said security cameras at her home, this is near the Sunny Bank development, they're capturing images of the cougars day and night. They're being spotted by neighbors as well. Stacy Lehman with the Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife said Bernath's housing development is on the edge of a wooded area that is cougar habitat. She said a Fish and Wildlife officer contacted Bernath and determined she hadn't actually seen the cougars other than the videos, and they weren't actually causing problems. She said the big cats are likely passing through the area to a water source. Lehman said relocating wild animals is less and less of an option as they're running out of places to put them. If they put a cougar in an area with other cougars, they're likely to be fatal confrontations. Lehman said if the cougars cause problems, they likely will need to be euthanized but so far nothing has justified a lethal response. That's what's making headlines at quarter after the hour on this Wednesday. We will have the news for you at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock with Grant and Cal and Malcolm and Eric and the whole crew. They do a good job. We gather the news, we disseminate the news, and we bring you the news. At 5, 6, and 10, also available on our homepage and on our Facebook page as well with a preview. The anchor, Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, cooler and a little breezy in our Wednesday weather forecast, and then sunny and much warmer by Friday. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom has reaction and results of last night's NCW Life broadcast of the Apple Sox Kelowna game and has the latest on the Mariners-Orioles series. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. Hope you'll join us then. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. And if you have a news tip or you just want to chime in, we try to make it as easy as possible. Look right down there. Our Facebook page, our home page, our email address, our telephone number. If you want to reach out, we're here for you. Going to take a break. When we come back, Mariners win, Apple Sox win, highlights of both. Plus, the obscure holiday, today in history, some celebrity birthdays, and opinion from my Mad Dog McDonough, my conversation with Malachi Salcido. And don't forget, it's Winning Wednesday, and it's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel. The Chelan Ridge team exists not only to craft exquisite wines and great food, but to make your visit memorable. And what a team! Owners Bill and Candace Swain, Chef Greg Kurtz, vineyard manager Enrique Hernandez, and winemaker Jeff Crowder all work together to make that goal a reality. And as a team, job one is to make you feel welcome at home and want to return again and again. Oh, and kids and dogs are always welcome at Chelan Ridge.
Find ageless beauty at Chelan Valley Skincare. Cindy offers the most up-to-date treatments for personalized skincare. If sagging skin or acne scars are some skin challenges for you, Chelan Valley Skincare offers non-invasive, non-surgical skincare. With up-to-date technology for shorter treatment plans, you'll benefit from Cindy's expertise to help you accomplish your skincare goals. Please stop by their website for details on all their services. Call Cindy today for your free consultation.
17 minutes after the hour, quite a pitcher's duel at T-Mobile Park, and the Mariners came out on top. 2-0. M's over the Orioles. Robbie Ray and Dean Kramer nearly matched pitch per pitch for 7 innings. Ray allowed just 1 hit. He had 8 strikeouts. Kramer gave up 4 hits. He had 5 strikeouts. Eventually, the bullpens got into the action in the 8th inning, and that's when the Mariners cashed in.
Go-ahead run on at first base. J.P. Crawford with a single into left field with 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning, scoreless.
Back kicks up Bautista. Mountcastle has it, and Julio. No call. He's safe. Here's the throw. Crawford is into third. The Mariners have him on the corner. It's not how they drew it up, but it works.
But it worked. That's exactly right. And again, his speed comes into play on this. But Chris Negron, the first base coach, telling him, touch the base.
So now the Mariners have runners on at first and third with 2 outs. And the batter is Jesse Winker.
Club, high and deep, out to right field. Hayes can make the catch. Crawford's in. He's waving home Julio. Winker stands up. He's pounding his hands at second base. And the Mariners take a 2-out, 8th inning, 2-0 lead on the Orioles. Paul Sewald up on the mound as expected. Santander, the batter. He pops him up. Cal Raleigh off with the mask on the warning track. 1 gone. Swing and a miss. He blows a fastball past him. 2 up and 2 down for Paul Sewald.
Well, he must feel pretty good tonight. 94 miles an hour. Again, towards the top of the zone. That's typical for his fastball. Towards the top of the zone.
The payoff. He got him swinging. Sewald slams the door, and the Mariners blank the Orioles 2-0.
Robbie Ray was terrific in this with 7 innings of just 1 hit ball. I mean, it was fantastic.
Diego Castillo had a perfect 8th inning. He gets the win, as you just saw Paul Sewald gets the save, his 7th save of the year. After the game, manager Scott Service was very complimentary of both pitching staffs.
That was a major league pitching and defensive game for sure. One-hit shutouts are hard to come by in this league, and quite an effort by Robbie Ray. Continues to keep rolling along. The last 4 starts have just been electric, what he's been able to do, and really credit to him to make adjustments as quick as he has and then carry it into the games. And he did a heck of a job tonight, mixing his pitches in. Obviously, we talked about it last night post-game, how aggressive the Orioles are, and he used that to his benefit tonight. For the most part, he was ahead in the count. Then he got him to get out of the zone and chase some balls, and outstanding effort by him. Diego did a nice job. Great play by Santana. The tag at first base to get the final out of the 8th inning, and then we finally found some holes and got some big hits late. You're 2 out in the 8th. You're not liking the way things are looking. JP finds a way to get a big knock. Huge night by Julio. Was on it all night against a really tough bullpen. The Orioles bullpen has really come together. They got big time velocity down there, and big hit by Wink. And as hard as he hit that ball, they almost caught it.
Scott Service mentioned Julio Rodriguez. He was really good. He went 3 for 4 last night. He scored a run in the 8th inning. The rubber match is a matinee. Today, 1:10, first pitch. You can watch the game on Root Sports Northwest or not. It's a free country. To the Les Schwab scoreboard we go. Marwin Gonzalez's solo home run in the 2nd inning put New York up 2-0. Yankees hold on for the 2-1 win. How about that scrappy Yankee team? It's like that little engine that could. They just keep right on winning. Kyle Tucker hit a 3-run home run in the first. Jordan Alvarez and Yuli Gurriel homered in the 5th. Houston beats the Mets 9-1. Framber Valdez dominated 8 scoreless innings on the mound. Marcus Seaman 3 for 4 with a home run, 4 RBIs. Texas knocks off Kansas City. And the White Sox scored 5 runs in the 5th and 5 runs in the 7th to overcome home runs by Andrew Velasquez, Mike Trout, and Shohei Ohtani. And they beat the Angels 11-4. The Mariners are still 12.5 games behind first place Houston. In the American League West, they're 6.5 games out of the wild card. The Apple Sox broke open a 1-run game with a 6-run 6th inning, and they knock off the Falcons from Kelowna last night, 9-4 at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. The visitors scored first in the first inning, but the Apple Sox came right back. 2 runs in the bottom of the first on an RBI triple by Iva Arquette and an RBI base hit by Luke Stuka. Wenatchee added a run in the 3rd. They were ahead 3-2 heading into the 6th, and then the floodgates opened.
Responsible for what happened. The 2-2 pitch here, swung on a chop back over the mound. High hop over their second baseman, came up with it, but throws it away. A run is going to score. This pitch in the dirt goes all the way to the backstop. Coming home is C.J. Horn. He will score on a wild pitch. And a 2-2 pitch to Ponce on the way. Swung on a fly ball to right center field. Back on the ball to right fielder, and it will be gone. A home run. Brandon Ponce goes yard for Wenatchee. Second home run of the season for Brandon Ponce, and he makes it a 6-2 ball game. 2-2 count to Sherrod. And the pitch to the plate swung on and fisted in the air and back on it. The second baseman can't get it. Rounding third, heading for home, and scoring standing up is Urahudos on an RBI single by Grant Sherrod. Sox extend the lead. No place to put Arquette. The 1-2 pitch swung on and chopped off the plate towards the second base bag. It's going to go through for a base hit. 1 run scores. 2 runs are going to score. And a sliding headfirst play at third base. Safe there and give a double to Arquette. And what a night for the freshman from the UW.
I got you a home run away from the cycle tonight. That's not a bad night, young man.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that, actually. I didn't know they counted the last one for the hit. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a good night. So, yeah.
Talk about this team. I know you guys are still kind of coming together, but how fun was that road trip to kind of bond you guys a little bit?
Oh, yeah, that road trip was a roller coaster, first of all. With our bus breaking down, you know, and it was a weird one, but it was definitely a great trip, you know, for us to get closer as a team. So. Well,
and also you had some injuries to some key guys, and so other guys had to step up. I guess you kind of test your mettle like that.
Yeah, I mean, we had some pitchers, you know, had had to hit BP before games. You know, we had Garrett, you know, playing third base. You know. So, yeah, we had to use everybody. You know, so.
We're kind of a team that if we get off to a hot start and get the bats going early, it seems like the momentum switches and we just kind of roll through the game. So really pleased with the way our lineup came through 1 through 9. Found a lot of barrels tonight, put good swings on a baseball, and then got a really good start from Riley Sinclair, who gave us a chance to win.
Yeah, Riley Sinclair had a good start. He went 4+ innings. Jake Putnam took over. He gets the win. Apple Sox will go for their 4th win in a row tonight. The two teams will meet again at 6:35. Okay, to the Les Schwab West Coast League scoreboard. Jacob Sharp scored on a bases-loaded wild pitch. Ridgefield walked off against Portland, 8-7. Connor Kobalis scored the game-tying run in a wild pitch, and Jackson Sorensen scored in a fielder's choice in the 8th inning. Yakima Valley came from behind to beat Walla Walla 4-3. Jack Van Remortel was 2 for 5 with a home run and 3 RBIs. Bellingham beats Bend. Theo Millis threw 7 scoreless innings against Corvallis. Springfield came out on top against the Knights 3-1. Mason Persons walk-off base hit in the bottom of the 9th gave Port Angeles a 4-3 win over Nanaimo. And Colton Moore's 2-run home run highlighted a 7-run third inning for Victoria. They beat Cowlitz 12-11, 28 hits combined in that ball game. The standings, Bellingham is going to win the West Coast League's North Division title in the first half. It's almost a done deal. They have a 4.5 game lead with 5 games to go. Kamloops is the only team that has a possibility of catching them, and that ain't going to happen. Wenatchee improved to 10-12 with last night's victory. And it was a good night at the ballpark. Good crowd, too. Good crowd at Paul Thomas Senior Field. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. At 27 minutes after the hour, I had 4 obscure holidays to choose from. I could have done National Waffle Iron Day. I could have done National Almond Butter Crunch Day. I could have done International Mud Day. But no, today we celebrate the camera. Today is International Camera Day. And if it wasn't for George Eastman, who knows how long the camera would have caught on. George Eastman didn't invent the camera, but he made the camera accessible to everybody. And by the turn of the last century, cameras were pretty much everywhere. They guess that last year, over 1.2 trillion photos were taken. Almost all of them digital now. Of course, everything is digital. It really has changed the professional photography field. Back in the day when it was filmed, to get a really good professional photographer was a good thing to have for those big events. Now anybody can be a professional photographer by just picking up their darn phone. The very first digital camera was the Kodak DCS. Came out in 1989. It cost $13,000. But the big game changer for digital photography is when they standardized the formats, JPEGs and MPEGs and that kind of thing. And so everybody was using the same types of files, and then there we go. Take a picture today. Take 2. Today is National Camera Day. Today in history at 28 minutes after the hour, Joe DiMaggio did it in a doubleheader against the Washington Senators on Sunday, June 29, 1941. That would make it 81 years ago today. He tied and then broke the American League record for hitting in consecutive games. It used to be held by George Sisler. Joe DiMaggio did it. The first game got a base hit, tied George Sisler for 41 games in a row. In the second game, he had a home run, and he made it 42 in a row. He was the new record holder, and the nation stood up and went, this DiMaggio guy is pretty good. And from this point forward, for the next 2.5 weeks, Joe DiMaggio was the talk of not only the sporting world, but the nation as his hitting streak reaches record heights. So he broke the record for the American League 81 years ago today. We'll be keeping a close eye on this. This is the 66th anniversary of that. The interstate highway system is 66 years old today, and the bill was signed on this day by President Eisenhower, the Federal Highway Aid Act of 1956, to create the United States interstate highway system. It's 46,876 miles long if you want to drive the whole thing. Of course, every state owns its own portion. It's responsible for upkeep and law enforcement. Whenever the interstate highway is in your state, it's up to the state to enforce the traffic laws and the speed limits and all that other stuff. The states, of course, set their own speed limits, and they vary widely, except back in the 70s. I think if you're old enough to remember, I certainly am, the 55-mile-an-hour speed limit to save money on gas. They made that a federal requirement, because if the state didn't go down to 55 miles an hour, they lost their highway funding, and they didn't want that to happen. The red, white, and blue shields that you see on the interstate highway that tell you what highway you're on, those are actually trademarked. Yeah, they're trademarked by the American Association of State Highway Officers. Didn't know that. Longest stretch of the interstate highway system is I-90. It goes all the way from Boston to Seattle, 3,020 miles long. The shortest stretch on the interstate highway system is I-69 in Laredo, Texas. It's 1.5 miles long. That's it. And Fresno, California, with a population of about 700,000 people, is the largest city in America that is not connected to the interstate highway system, which is 66 years old today. On this date, 51 years ago today, in 1971, 31 people, either astronauts or cosmonauts, have died during a mission or practicing or whatever the case may be. 31 astronauts or cosmonauts have died, but these three were the only ones who actually died in space. Prior to re-entry, the crew of the Soyuz 11 spacecraft, the capsule that they were in, depressurized. Nobody knew it at the time, but there's no oxygen at 300,000 miles above the Earth's surface. They suffocated almost immediately. When they landed, about a half an hour later, they opened it and discovered the cosmonauts were dead. They remain, to this day, the only people to have died in space. And finally, this was not a very good idea. The Sampong department store in Seoul, South Korea, collapses. It was supposed to be a 4-story residential apartment complex. Instead, the owner made it a 5-story department store. And the contractor said, with your plans and your engineering designs, this thing's going to fall down. The owner said, nope, we're going to build it. And he says, well, I'm not going to build it. So he quit. So the owner started his own construction firm, built it himself. It opened in 1990. They had problems immediately. But the biggest problem is they put these ginormous air conditioning units on the roof. And it simply could not support the weight. And finally, it all came crashing down. 937 injured, 501 people killed on this date in Seoul in 1995. Birthdays, I met this guy when he was in Wenatchee shooting Surviving the Game, which is not a very good movie. But I got to meet F. Murray Abraham and all the stars, and I got to meet Gary Busey. Gary Busey is 78 years old today. He's in the movie, and he's not all there. Now, to his defense, you remember back in the 80s, he was in a motorcycle accident without wearing his helmet, and he suffered permanent brain damage. But he was brilliant as Buddy Holly in the Buddy Holly story in 1978. He was great, got an Academy Award nomination. Gary Busey is 78 years old today, and one of my favorite comedians working today, Colin Jost, is 40 years old today. He's been with Saturday Night Live since 2005, and he's married to Scarlett Johansson. So life is pretty good for Colin. He is 40 years old today. Still to come, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Minotti, my conversation with Malachi Salcido, whose companies, the Salcido Connection and Salcido Enterprises, are the primary sponsor of the big 4th of July fireworks you're going to see Monday night in person or on television. But another reminder, it's Winning Wednesday, up for grabs once again. 2 tickets to the VIP spot at the Gateway Cinema. Get your emails in. I'll give you another reminder before the top of the hour. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel. When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
It has really been a great partnership between Succession and NCW Life. It's not always easy to sit in front of a camera or a microphone, but you guys have made it a really nice process.
This is the NCW Live concert calendar. Fridays, it's live music at Alta Cellars in downtown Manson from 4 to 7 p.m. Sunday, it's Succession Winery located between Chelan and Manson with live music from 2 to 5. Chelan Cellars and Sorrento's Restaurante present music on Mondays at 4 p.m. weekly. Check the individual websites for more information. That's the NCW Live concert calendar.
Bob's Burgers and Brews in East Wenatchee. Come enjoy great food, great service, and a great time. Only the best for our guests. We look forward to serving you. Stop on by today.
The NCW Life Channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCW Life Channel today.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Hit the road safely with Les Schwab and save up to $150 when you buy select tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
Are you frustrated because you feel like you aren't getting the internet speeds you pay for? One of the most common ways to test your internet connection is called a speed test. These are free and easily located on the internet and can tell you how fast your internet is. However, for certain reasons, these tests may not always be accurate. A speed test shows you how fast a file can be downloaded to the computer you're running the test on. However, there are many things that can affect the speed of that download besides the speed of the internet going into your home. A few of the things that can affect your internet speed are poor Wi-Fi signal, other wireless signals interfering with the wireless signals coming from your router, other devices in your home draining your bandwidth, your computer or phone running apps programs in the background that you aren't aware of, slowing your entire device. Any of these things can slow down your internet. Your internet is like water flowing down a pipe. There's a big pipe bringing internet to your local area, and a smaller pipe coming off of that bringing internet to your home address. Your router is just another pipe that brings the internet inside your house, and every device inside your home is like a pipe connected to the router. Just like with water, if any of those pipes along the way are too small for the amount of internet that needs to flow through for a family, the flow for everything down the line will be much slower. It's a lot like trying to push all the water going into your house through a small straw. Also, again, just like with water, if everyone in your home is using the internet at once, any individual device may not be able to receive the full flow of the internet. It's like your whole family trying to drink out of that small straw all at once. If you're struggling with internet that is slower than expected, make sure that all of the devices that your internet flows through are working correctly, and check all devices in your home for background programs that may be using the internet. If everything still appears to be working correctly, contact us and we'll be able to help.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, there's been a good deal of discussion about school protection, and maybe, just maybe, this time we'll see some positive action. However, we need to get past these knee-jerk emotional reactions, stop pointing fingers at those who we think are to blame, and stop once and for all, stop waiting for the government to act. Banning bump stocks now may possibly have some deterrence on a school shooting in the future, but let's face it, such an action is merely a pacifier to political correctness, which will do nothing now to prevent or deter the next school shooting. So let's get real, folks. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Wenatchee Apple Sox Baseball is on the NCW Life channel. Coverage is brought to you by AmeriCorps, Chelan Douglas Community Action Council, Apple Valley Honda, Bob's Burgers and Brew, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, JDSA Law, Mini Blinds, and more. That Pizza Place in Cashmere, Together for Youth, Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center, and Walkabout Grill. It's Apple Sox Baseball, live on your local TV station, the NCW Life channel.
Spring is more than just a time to clean. It's your time to renew, recharge, and spend time with the people you love. At Merry Maids, our cleaning services go beyond the basic services and provide you with a comprehensive clean that will re-energize your home and enhance your life. From everyday routine cleaning or deep cleanings, Merry Maids professional team members can provide you with an unrivaled experience. Call Merry Maids to schedule your cleaning today.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
D&L Army Surplus in Wenatchee is stocked with items for the whole family. From ammo to collectibles and so much more. D&L Army Surplus, your one-stop shop for military surplus, survival, camping, and tactical gear. Bring the whole family and stop on by today.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCW Life channel.
Brian's Pizza and Bowling is changing their name to That Pizza Place. Now, there's still your same favorite locally owned family pizza and bowling center, That Pizza Place. Come hang out in downtown Cashmere.
The NCW Life channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCW Life channel today.
I'm here at Boswell's Home Furnishings to announce one of their newest lines of furniture, Builtwell, an amazing local furniture maker in Oregon.
Hi, can I help you?
I was just telling my friends.
About Builtwell? They have exquisite craftsmanship, superior construction. I love their designs. Builtwell is a great addition to the wide selection of quality furniture you'll find here at Boswell's.
Boswell's Furniture on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
COVID-19 has impacted all of us. Being healthy today might mean something different to you.
My Healthy is taking care of my mental health and managing depression.
Encontrar recursos para ayudar con mi salud.
I love running. It's a big part of just being able to have a good mental escape.
Viendo a mi familia después de un largo tiempo, después de COVID.
My Healthy is getting back into the gym and eating right.
A message from Chelan Douglas Health District.
How much are you paying for adult, family, or assisted living? Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living offers one-bedroom apartments for one affordable price. Their rates are all-inclusive. No nickel or diming or sudden increases, just one set price. You or your loved one will receive good food and excellent care in a relaxed, home-like environment. Stop on by for a tour to see if the Epladolin family is the right choice for you.
Family owned and operated. Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living in Kashmir. Affordable care. Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Come July 3rd and July 4th, which, by the way, coincidentally is also Independence Day, July 4th. It's great how that works out. This place is going to be crammed full of people having a really, really good time. Beer garden, fireworks on Sunday. The dogs will be welcome down here because they can't come here on Monday. And a lot of this is all because people like Malachi Salcedo and Salcedo Enterprises and the Salcedo Connection are willing to put their money where their mouth is. And Malachi Salcedo, the CEO of both organizations, joins me again. It's good to see you, my friend.
Good to be here.
Before we get into the nitty-gritty of why you're doing this, and it's, first of all, thank you for doing it. Let's get a little Queen Rihanna update. How's your daughter doing?
My daughter is doing wonderful. She's graduated from high school. I'm extremely proud of her because in spite of an intense spring schedule, as you can imagine, she got all A's her last quarter of school and graduated magna cum laude. So as you can hear, I'm very proud of her. We're both, her mom and I are very proud of her. And she's enjoying a relatively leisurely schedule compared to the last 4 or 5 months.
But of course, she'll be out doing the various festivals throughout the course of the summertime before she gets to...
Yeah, we went to Lilac here a few weeks ago in Spokane. It was a nighttime parade, which was beautiful. We went to the Hayak Festival up in British Columbia and chaperoned up there as well, and that was amazing and quite a welcome. Very surprised how multicultural that parade was. So we've been having a blast just tagging along, chaperoning, and she will stay busy through August attending parades representing our valley all over the region.
And I love the fact that she and the two princesses seem to have really formed a bond.
Yeah, it is a lot of
genuine.
Fun to watch the three of them support each other and laugh and tease each other and act like functional sisters. Yeah.
Back in February when Darcy sat down with the parents and said, now if your daughter is top 3, this is what you can expect. Was it what you expected? I mean...
No. One of the things we talked about was, okay, honey, if you're one of the top 3, you are going to earn it. That is clear. But what has been beautiful is to watch how the entire Apple Blossom Festival organization with the Applelarians and all the other participants, it's almost entirely volunteer. And it's just our community really putting together a world-class festival, including selecting and supporting these girls who represent us all. It's beautiful to watch. It's a true sense of community. Nobody has an agenda. They just want to work together to put our best foot forward. And that's been a blast to be a part of.
A lot of festivals have simply disappeared. They just don't have it anymore, or they're so small compared to what they used to be. This one is just continues to continue. They've done 103 Washington State Apple Blossom Festivals. There's going to be a 104th and a 204th. And who knows, Salcedo Connection may be sponsoring that as well in 100 years from now. 3 years ago, COVID, they did fireworks, but everything got canceled here at the park. And then they did fireworks, but everything got canceled here in the park. Then they had the heat wave, and everything got canceled here at the park. All we had was the fireworks with all the activities being shut down. You, with Salcedo Enterprises and Salcedo Connection, you could have said, why am I sponsoring an event that isn't even going on? And you stayed right with them the whole time. It would have been so easy to say, sorry, we're going to take our money elsewhere. You said, nope, we're in all the way. Why?
Oh, absolutely. Well, a couple of reasons. One, it's our independence. There is so much that we don't agree about, but we're all Americans, and we're all thankful for the country that we've been blessed with, the people that have gone before us, that are not alive and those that are still alive. remembering July 4th, remembering the people who are represented by our flag, that's really important. And even if there's a heat wave and nobody can actually come down and support it, personally, we still, of course, we're all in because we were all sitting in air conditioning watching it from around the valley. So that was still a blessing. Yeah.
It was a blessing. And the fact of the matter is, they paid for the fireworks. They're going to have a fireworks show anyway, but it would have been unsafe for people to be down here in 115-degree temperatures last year. It just would have not worked.
Yeah. So. No, and I totally agree. And, management of the festival for 4th of July, they made the right decision.
Also, I think making the right decision was the East Wenatchee City Council, because all of the municipalities in north central Washington and in the Wenatchee Valley, they banned fireworks. I mean, when homes burn down and lives are destroyed, people stay up and take notice. East Wenatchee was the last holdout. They have now hopped on board, and so we have pretty much a total fireworks ban here in north central Washington, which makes this event all the more important.
Yeah, I agree. We have enough fires here. We don't need any more. Everybody can come down to the park, enjoy the festivities, watch amazing fireworks display, and nobody gets hurt, nothing burns down.
In the world of the Salcedo connection, my guess is your HVAC business is doing okay right now, but since we don't have a heat wave. Well, I mean, last year at this time, I remember you and I talked, and you couldn't even possibly fill the amount of work that you guys had to do.
Yeah, this is actually pleasant from a workload perspective. Last year was nuts. And everybody from homeowners to businesses remembers last year, and you're just trying to keep everything running.
20 years ago, when you launched Salcedo Enterprises and the Salcedo Connection, could you imagine where you guys would be 21 years later? 50 employees and going great guns?
No, I I didn't have some master plan. I started Salcedo Connection in 2001 to help make ends meet because I was a starving staff accountant. So once I started working for an accounting firm, I found out how little staff accountants made, and that was my big motivation to start a contracting business and continue in the trade. So from then till now, it's just been a blessing. And this community and the support of the Central Washington region, the Wenatchee Valley, which is our home, like that's been key. And with success, I believe each of us has a responsibility to give back to the people who have been a key part of our lives.
Which is why the Salcedo Connection is the main sponsor of this year's Let's Have a Blast 4th of July festivities. Again, 2 days. Sunday, dogs down here. Monday, the big thing. And we'll be talking to some of the other folks involved in that as we get closer and closer to the 4th of July. Anything else you want to add, Malachi, while I have you here? Because I don't get to talk to you. You're like a busy guy.
Yeah.
You live out of your truck. Anything else that's on your mind while I have you here?
I would just say my big thing is I want to encourage people to come down. It's a blessing and a treat that we can all come down together, enjoy being together, enjoy some good food, enjoy festivities, bring your kids, make it a day. This 4th of July, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be relatively mild. It won't be 115 degrees. So I just want to encourage everybody, come down, enjoy being a community, enjoy being together, enjoy festivities, enjoy some great fireworks. Let's do this together. It's something we can do together that we can all get along and enjoy just being in each other's presence.
I agree. And one more thing, even if you don't come down here, and you should, because just being here right where the fireworks are gives you that boom, that extra little oomph. If you a view house around the valley or whatever it is, everybody forks in a couple of bucks. The Community Foundation of North Central Washington takes that money, puts it in the kitty, and they work enough money so we never have to fund this again. It's perpetually funding. We try to do that every year. We're not there yet. I think we're going to get it this year. I really do.
Awesome. I
really do. And then this still write the checks, but at least we don't have to worry about doing that every year.
Yeah, and that really protects, people that have lived here for quite a few years, they remember when we didn't have the money to do fireworks.
Yep.
And my personal opinion, that needs to never happen again. We as a community, just like you said, we come together, everybody chips in, we can have a perpetually funded 4th of July celebration. That is the goal.
Malachi Salcedo Enterprises and the Salcedo Connection, thanks for sponsoring again this year. And you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
Hello, television family. Grab your cup of coffee each weekday morning and join me. I'm Dan Kuntz, the host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's everything you need to start your day. We're live and we're local at 7 a.m. every weekday on the NCW Live channel. Yes, the unmistakable theme to Winning Wednesday, as performed by the Johnny Mercer Singers. Available on Spotify, I might add. And once again, up for grabs this week because you just can't get enough at the Gateway Cinema and the VIP spot, a pair of tickets to go see any movie you want to see between now and the end of the year at the VIP spot. 3 big movies are playing right now. You got Top Gun Maverick, you got Jurassic Park Dominion, and Elvis, the movie everybody's talking about. If you're unfamiliar with the plot of Elvis, I have the synopsis right here. After more than 30 years of service as one of the Navy's top aviators, Pete Mitchell is where he belongs, pushing the envelope as a courageous test pilot. Elvis, starring Tom Cruise, Val Kilmer, Ed Harris, and others, playing at the VIP spot. Winner at ncwlife.com, winner at ncwlife.com. You send me an email. We put on a big hat. We'll do the drawing a little bit later on today. Don't forget the rules. You got to be at least 21 to enter because it's a 21 and over facility. There you go. It is known as the VIP spot, so you must be a very important person. Employees of local telecommunications and Solium Broadcasting and their media families are not eligible. Sorry, Cal. Get your emails in. We'll do the drawing a little bit later on today. Thanks very much, by the way, Some Basin Theaters, for doing this. They didn't have to, but they did. We appreciate it. 62 degrees here in the big city. Going to be a very pleasant day today. Not quite as windy as we saw yesterday. Still a little breezy at times. Gradual warm up. High pressure is going to be hanging around, but it's not going to be strong enough to keep a very strong cold system coming in just in time for the weekend from the National Weather Service. It looks something like this. Sunshine, again, a little breezy, but not as bad as yesterday, about 78. Yesterday's high was 86. So a little bit cooler today. 56 for the overnight low tonight with the winds diminishing. Tomorrow, lots of sunshine, just beautiful. About 83, just a perfect day with a nice light wind to keep you cool in the afternoon. 59 for the overnight low. We warm up even more on Friday with a high of 87. Saturday, 91, but Saturday, late afternoon, early evening, The high-pressure ridge is going to start breaking down, and a rather active trough of cooler and active weather begins to come in on Saturday afternoon. Could even see a thunderstorm, we're told, to the north of us. You folks in the Omak-Okanagan area, watch out Saturday night for a thunderstorm. It's a possibility. And as you can see, we're going to cool down, cloud up, just in time for the holiday weekend. That is it for us. Have a great Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.